What is up, people? What is poppin'? Welcome back to another
Yo,
episode of the O.O.C. Roberto's in the house. What up, Roberto?
what's going on, yo?
Chilling. We missed you last week, man.
What do you mean you were on?
Yeah, we went on.
You did a Han Solo finally, yeah?
We did a solo. I ain't had nothing else to do. I was like, you know what? Let me just do the stream. And JG was here, Geeky guy was here, Danny popped in. So
All good.
we did it. But how you doing though, bro? You good?
Yeah, man. Just chilling.
Cool. What about you, JG?
Man, everything's everything, 420 all day, every day. World be a better place if it was like that. So it is what it
Well,
is.
it
Salute
ain't four.
chat, salute panel.
It ain't 420 until tomorrow.
Hey, it's 420 every day over here.
I feel you.
That's what it says right there.
I feel
420
you.
all day, every day.
All day, every day.
I agree with you 100%. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I had done, we done burn our things every day. So
You know what I
it
mean?
doesn't really matter what 420 really is because it's like
What,
every
I
day
gotta
is
do it in a
420. Yeah, for real. Other than that, man, how was you guys' week? Was it good? You guys do anything
Well, I haven't
interesting?
been here since that whole fucking ice storm fiasco. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you vented on that last week, but it was
Mm-mm.
something to talk about because, it was almost like the end of the world, man.
Trust me. People people were in the metro and everywhere charging their phones and shit, bro. And I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, now imagine electricity and shit just went out everywhere. People would be
People are fucked.
losing
They wouldn't even
their
know how to
mind.
call home. What's my
Facts.
number? What's my number? How they gonna
Facts.
know where I'm at? Like
Facts.
lost. For me, it
Hmm.
was trying to get some food in the morning. You know,
Okay.
like what happened? I knew my shit was closed, right? So I was driving
Hmm.
my daughter to school in the morning. It was early. It was about 7:30, 7:30, and she goes, "Let me check and see if I have school." And came to find out she didn't have school. So I said, "You know what? Let's go for breakfast. We're on our way to Mickey D's." And I said, "Nah, skip that. Let's pump that up a little. Let's go to Ben and Florentine's, right?"
Hmm.
Drive over to Laval. I'm driving past the place, and usually when we drive by, we look in and see what the lineup's like, And there wasn't a lineup. I was like, "Oh yeah." So we go in there. All the tables. There's only one section that's full, and it's all Hydro Quebec guys.
Hmm.
Them guys, I don't know if they should be out there working. I don't know if they were working and they took a little break to eat, but it's a little odd to see 25 Hydro Quebec guys when most of the city has no power.
Yeah.
So these tables were empty, but yet there was food on them, and the waiter and waitress would not look at us at the door. We were standing there for about a half hour, Anto.
Oh yeah.
In that half hour I'm standing there, I'm just watching people fight for that one plug to charge their phone. As soon as one person gets up, you see like 6, 7 people run there and realize only one could plug it in. It was like the end of the world, man. We couldn't find anywhere to eat. End result. Ended up having breakfast around 2 in the afternoon.
Mm.
And I can only imagine the next day because we
Yeah.
got our power back, what, 2 days, was it?
Something like that. I know Wednesday it happened and I didn't get mine back till Friday night. So And you got yours back a day before I did, so you got yours
Yes,
on
oh, it's
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you
Thank
got yours.
God. Thank God we didn't have any crazy cold weather.
Hey, it was kind of cold here. The funny thing was, I think I said it last week. It was colder in the house than it was outside.
Outside, yeah, for real. For
Made
real.
no sense to me. You know what I mean? But I was at work, man, and the power went off, bro. And I was like, yes, you know what I mean? Big ol' yes. I was like, yes. So I knew they'd end up sending us home, which they did. And then when I got to my block, I looked down the street and I seen the traffic lights were off. And I was like, oh, fuck,
Yeah,
man. And then
that's the
I got
sign.
no power. Like, you son of a bitch.
As soon as I saw the wind blowing, I knew I had no power. Shit goes down like nothing over here, man.
But that's what I was saying. It's like we had an ice storm in '98, and it was 10 times worse than
Yeah.
what we had 2 weeks ago. And like, how much people were out of power? Like almost a million people.
The whole city was blacked out. Boroughs were blacked out.
Did you ever? Because I ended up checking the Hydro Quebec app, and the blackouts that you seen on there, bro. I could not believe it, man. There
It was
was like
crazy.
everywhere. It
But
was
that was over several days. It was like 3, 4 days, the ice storm. This one we
when
got now was the
yeah, it was like a
equivalent.
couple hours.
No, but it was the equivalent of rain dropped in
Hmm.
those 3 days in one day. That's why all those fuck. Did you see? Did you make your way in Cotoneige?
No.
You want to talk about? It was a war against trees. Everywhere you look, there's fucking piles and piles of trees, man. Especially
The
Kent
branches,
Street.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, Anzo! I was driving down Lavoie, barely like 1 mile an hour for our American friends.
Appreciate that.
I'm talking kilometers. Oh, he's speeding. So 1 mile an hour down the street, and the streets are narrow here. They're all one way. You have to keep that in mind, JG. They're all one way. So
Oh
I'm
wow.
looking. I could see ahead of me what's going on, and all you see is pure red lights and trees in the middle of the street. I'm wondering
Mm,
if I'm even gonna get home.
yeah,
Them
it's
trees
crazy.
are still lying there, Anzo.
Mm,
Just pushed on the side.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Are we
yeah.
fucking 2023? Don't they have a unit for this, or what? They're budgeting.
Basil said, "Yo, Legary, he meant, I guess, and Kent, a tree fell on a duplex." Yeah, man. My son told me that if he didn't have to move his car, like he had to go to Laval. He said if he didn't have to go to Laval, he wouldn't have a car because a tree fell on the car that was parked behind him,
Oh
and
yeah,
pretty much totaled the car. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
look
wow.
at that! Look at that, huh? And a tree fell
yeah.
on my neighbor's car, went right through his windshield.
It's crazy, man. Maestro was no joke, man. But it's funny because I was like, what day was it? I think it was on Monday or one of these days. It was hot, and I was like, man, last week we just had an ice storm. Now I'm out here sweating. That's Montreal weather for you, bro. That's Canada weather. One week you're freezing, and the next week it's hot as shit.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
the weather has leveled out now, but it was weird.
Today
It
is
was
fucking
weird.
cold.
Yeah, I know. I know. JG's over there quiet, but you good, JG?
Oh, I'm good, man. Like I said, for 20 all day, every day. We don't really get that kind of weather down here down south because we're in the bluff
Yeah,
in
we know.
Memphis. So it's very bipolar. One day it's 80, next day it's 50. Right. If it sleeps for 2 minutes, the whole city
Hmm.
shuts down. Right. It's just so I'm just listening to you guys. I'm like, thank God I'm not in Canada.
Well,
And
you guys
then
just get floods and
you know,
hurricanes.
we don't even get floods really. Like where I am, it's
So what
usually like
natural
close to
disasters you get?
Louisiana. Tornadoes. It's about the extent of it. We haven't had a severe ice storm since I was probably 14, maybe. So that was.
Tornadoes, that's about it. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, that's about it.
Tornadoes enough for me, yo. Are you
Facts,
crazy?
bro.
I
Well,
see one
Facts,
of
you
bro.
those,
gotta,
I'd be like, I'm out of here. That's not
Facts.
tornado. That's not
tornadoes,
tornado alley you live,
crackheads.
right?
No, 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 no. But we are on that
Also,
fault line. So
do you hear that?
if it, San Andreas could have happened out here.
There's
Mhm.
people that actually live in an area called Tornado Alley.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. especially Arkansas.
They just
Man,
And
rebuilding.
crazy.
It should be
and
called Rebuild Alley.
and you have people out there that go and chase these tornadoes and videotape them and all kinds of shit, bro. It's crazy. Like you think, yeah, and fuck that. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
those ice storms don't come every year.
Absolutely. And with that being said, guys, we got a few topics in the house tonight. I'm like, maybe I can get us canceled. We'll see what's going on with that. But Roberto sent this one, and I was like, yo, that's kind of messed up. So we're going to show the little video here, and then we're going to discuss it.
Because I
Check
had
it
two
out.
weeks of time to deal with shit. It's been 2 weeks since I seen you people, and it
You
kind of
know?
felt messed up.
I know what you mean, but life happens. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It is
life
what it is.
happens.
For sure, 100%. So, attorney Ben Crump voices outrage over white homeowner who shot a black teen in the head. So, let's listen to what he has to say.
Now, we did hear police officials moments ago, and Camilla played this, say they are aware
Sorry, got a
of
run
the
to my pizza.
racial component here. We don't know the identity of the shooter. You are suggesting that the shooter's race was white?
Yet we have been informed by his family that it was a white man who shot their 16-year-old son. Uh, Furthermore, John, it is inescapable not to observe the racial dynamics here because in our community, we can only imagine if the roles were reversed and you had a black man shoot a 16-year-old white child for simply ringing his doorbell, and the police took him in for questioning and let him come home and sleep in his bed at night, how much outrage would there be in America?
Now, the police say that an arrest cannot be made until Ralph gives a statement and more forensic evidence can be collected. What is your reaction to
Why?
that?
It's two Americas. As we've said many times, John Berman, nobody can tell us if a black man shot a 16-year-old white teenager for ringing his doorbell that he would not be arrested, that they would say, oh, well, we got to go talk to the white 16-year-old who was shot twice, one in the head, one in his chest, before we arrest the citizen. Now, it harkens back to Trayvon Martin and Ahmaud Arbery and so many of these other tragedies where you had citizens profile and shoot our black children, and the police then let them go home and sleep in their beds at night. Unacceptable.
Now, we did hear police officials moments ago, and Camilla played this, say they are aware of the racial component here. We don't know the identity of the shooter. You are suggesting that the shooter's race was white?
Okay, so I think it reset. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring up this article too, because that's kind of messed up. First off, let me say what Basil said. Basil said the 84-year-old guy was arrested and now is looking at a minimum of 20 years to life. Yeah, well, I mean, when you listen to the shit that happened, yeah, you're damn right. This motherfucker he should get more than that. So the article here, shot black teenager crying buckets of tears, 84-year-old in custody. So as 16-year-old Ralph Yarley was struggled to come to grips with being shot for going to the wrong house to pick up his younger brothers. The white Kansas City, Missouri homeowner shot the black teenager, turned himself in on Tuesday. Andrew Lessler, 84, surrendered to at the Clay County Detention Center a day after being charged with first-degree assault and armed criminal action. Some civil rights leaders urged a hate crime charge, but Clay County prosecuting attorney Zachary Thompson said first-degree assault is a higher level crime with a longer sentence, up to life in prison. Meanwhile, well, so wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, wait. So they said that they wanted to charge him with a hate crime, but first degree murder or first degree assault is a higher charge than killing someone because of the color of their skin. Huh, interesting. Meanwhile, Yarly was home recovering from his wounds. I thought he died. Okay, well, I guess he didn't die. Ralph is doing considerably well. His mother, Cleo Nabi, told CBS Morning co-host Gail King. Physically, mornings are hard, but his spirits are in good place. I borrow from his spirits. Okay, so what are your thoughts, JG?
Well, first off, all praise to God that you get shot in the head and the chest, you survive it.
Facts,
All praise to
facts.
God for that. This this isn't shocking to me because we say this all the time. We're like it's when you live in the skin that we have to live in every day. These are things we have to look over our shoulders about.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's regardless if he's 84, 74, 34, there should be no question. Well, we have to see when he recovers. That shouldn't even be a question. I don't know what kind of laws, I don't know what the laws there are and how they do their thing, but when I saw on television, when I guess she was a chief or whoever she was, speak on that,
Hmm.
I got so pissed off because you have a young man shot in the head and the chest in front of this guy's house, and you're still saying, "Oh well, we have to wait. Wait for what?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait
For
for what?
evidence,
For evidence?
like
Like what
what?
evidence do you need? Like I mean, and because he knocked on the wrong house."
Hmm.
I'm gonna give a quick story real quick. I remember a whole high school friend of mine. We went to a friend of his house. He was a white guy, and his friend was white, and his family, of course, is white. He goes to the side, and I sit in the car. I do not get out the
Hmm.
car.
Hmm.
His parents had to come, like, his friend's parents had to come out and tell me, "Hey, you can come on this side. We're not like everybody else out here." That goes to show that they know how it is. They know the mindset of their own. And to shoot this young man,
Hmm.
what it just scares, especially for us as black men raising our children. We don't have the privilege to raise our children. Hey, we have to teach them to be careful and just walking outside, you can get shot.
Hmm.
You know
But
what
you
I mean?
see, but you see, now I'm gonna bring it to something different now, right? That's
Mhm.
because your gun laws are so fucking lapsed, bro.
I agree. I agree.
Like, look at this. Like, mass shooting, kids are getting shot. And Bozo said there's a little white girl that died from the same type of situation, same weekend, right? So, what? You're just gonna shoot people for knocking on your door now? And
Driving down
80,
your driveway, all types of scenarios.
Exactly. I had a cops calling me once for washing my car in my own driveway.
you see what I'm saying?
Like what? Like I'm gonna wash the car, then steal it?
Now, 84 years old, 84 years old, right? I don't know what his mind was or how he is, but I'm just saying at 84 years old, you better be doing a really hard physical test, your mental test or whatever to prove that you're capable of carrying this gun still, right? Because how do we know this 84-year-old man didn't have dementia or some shit like that?
Hmm.
Uh,
PTSD.
I mean, think about it. If it was the other way around, it was a black man that shot a young white man.
That's what he said.
Would dementia even be a question?
No, of course not.
Would it be a question?
Two different systems in the U.S.
I
Two
bet they're
different
going to
legal
use
systems.
the defense. Of course, the defense attorney has to do what he has to do as a lawyer, but they're going to throw every little ailment this guy has to try to get him as low of a penalty as they can. I
Hmm.
guarantee it. I mean, that's his job anyway.
And you know what the thing is? Like we always talk about is, and we always say, your gun laws are lapsed, and we're not saying that you need to take away your guns because we know how you Americans are with your guns. But at the same time, I think you gotta put things in place to where people can't get easy access to these guns. Now I know there's the black market and everything, but not everybody can get things on the black market. Let me tell you something too, right? When they legalized weed here, there were a lot of people who wanted to smoke but never smoked. One, because it was illegal. Two, because they never wanted to go see, a weed guy to get it or anything like that. But now that the SCDQ is up, right, where you can go and buy it legally, they're going and buying their weed, right? So there's some people out there that just won't like go the legal route or whatever. But I know again, like you got to do something, man, because when we talk about other countries, right, none of them have as much mass murders as America.
Not even remotely close. If you even bring countries together,
Facts, facts. So and
and there's a
yeah,
problem. There's a
oh,
fucking problem, and it's getting
absolutely.
worse daily.
Hmm.
Yep.
Not even monthly, Roberto. Daily.
Daily.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember when I
And
texted you 2 weeks ago?
uh-huh.
I don't even think this happened when I texted to you. I said mass. Yeah, it was this. I said mass murders. They were at 146, and I said
Yeah.
by the time we do the show, they'll be at 150.
Hmm.
They're probably there now.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise
Hmm.
me. And there was this video too that comes up to along with the topic of what we're talking about. So
He
this is
has
it.
something he wants to say about school shootings. Here is his extra point.
Another high school shooting yesterday, this one in Florida. 17 dead, the last report I saw. And everybody sends their thoughts and prayers again because that works so well. This is the 18th high school shooting in America this year, and we have 10 and a half months to go. We've had 290 since 2013. We average about one a week, but there's just nothing we can do. If it was a Muslim or a Mexican doing the shooting, how many new laws and how much money would we spend then to stop the madness? But since it's almost always a white kid, there's just nothing we can do. America has 5% of the world's population and yet 31% of the world's mass shootings. We're worried about people coming to this country. They should be worried about us going to theirs. Australia had 4 mass shootings between 87 and 96. They passed stricter gun laws and haven't had a single mass shooting since. And here I thought, guns don't kill, people do. Is this the people we are? Last time I said we need to find a way to stop a nut with a gun, and that's all I said. I get an email saying, I'm saving my last bullet to put it right between your eyes. Just another responsible gun owner in America, and I'm taking all bets he's a white guy. So there's just nothing we can do. I'm Dale Hansen. It's getting harder to enjoy the day.
Crazy, eh?
Dale, be careful, man. Speaking the truth can get you in trouble these days, yo.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm not sure if he got in trouble for that, but it wouldn't
Or
surprise
dead.
me if he did. Yeah, for real though. Because he did say someone wanted to put a bullet in his head, right?
You know what I mean, Anzo? And I don't doubt it could happen. Anyone who
for sure.
underestimates anything these days is looking for trouble.
Because the problem is they think anything that they do is trying to take away their guns. No, you're not going to take away my guns. No, my guns stay with me. These are my guns.
But do you think that's the real problem, or do you think that the mental health issue is that large that a majority of the people who do own guns have mental health issues?
You see, I don't like to use that as an excuse because I'm pretty sure we here in Canada have just as much people with mental
But we don't
health issues.
We don't have
right?
access to guns like they do.
Exactly. That's exactly it. You can compare mental health with any other country in the world, but the fact that they don't have the access to the guns like America does shows you that the guns are the problem. The access to the guns are the problem. I've said this many times. I said not every fucking buddy should be on YouTube, right? Not everybody should be able to own a gun. Not everybody should be able to own a gun. It's your God-given right, but if you are not mentally stable, you should not be able to own a gun. There should be some sort of test, physical, mental, both, whatever.
Well, the only
And
way
if
you
you
could do that
don't
really
pass it,
is to have everyone with a permit. and they have to
Yeah.
renew it. And
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they renew it, they have to pass a test.
Facts. Facts. Everybody should have to have a permit. Yes. And to get that permit, you have to pass a test like it is here.
See, the problem is that permit's going to have a fee, and I ain't
Mhm.
paying money to own a gun. You know what I mean? There's too many obstacles, Anzo. That's why they can't do it.
Yeah, but they can. They just got to enforce it. There's a fee to drive. You got to pay for your license. It's not free.
Do you realize there's some things you just can't enforce in the U.S.?
Oh,
They,
fact.
Do you remember what we told them we had lockdown? What would happen in the U.S. if that should happen?
yeah.
There's some
Yeah, yeah.
things you can't enforce there, and I'd like to think that that's one of them.
You see,
The NRA just has
hold
too
on.
much power, Anzo.
Yeah.
You see, this is the thing, right? I would say you are correct, but it would be a small amount of people that wouldn't. If you give them the same kind of, if you get caught, you getting a $2,000 ticket. I promise you, there are people that will stay their asses home. They'll talk a big game. You're not taking my rights. I'm going to do this. And they're going to stay home. There are people that will do it, right? Because America's huge. It's a big country. It's bigger than us, right? So there are people that would do it, but I think it would be such a minority that would do it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be but even with the NRA, I'm saying, and you got to be able to pass the laws, which that's where it won't happen. But when you pass a law, right, you pass that law. That's it. But it's the government that won't pass that law because you have government officials who are paid off by the NRA.
Mhm.
That's the problem.
The fat envelope come election time.
Right. That's the problem.
I'll fund
So
your
that's
whole
the reason.
campaign, mofo. Just don't
Facts.
vote on this law.
Facts. That is the reason why they can never get these gun laws passed, right? It's because the NRA is paying people. But you're right, even if they did do it, there would be people that would rebel, hands down. There's no doubt about it. But I think the majority would have no choice but to conform. And then Chris Rock made a point too, charge $2,000 a bullet. And you'll see how fast people will not want to spend,
But you
they'll
see
be
when they
scared.
rebel, what happened? What was it? January 6th?
Hmm.
Look what happened when we rebelled there.
Yeah.
I think the rebellion would be bigger than that for guns.
Yeah, but they let them do that on January 5th though. We all know that. There were guards with guns that all he had to do was bust a shot in the air.
What I'm trying
And
to say,
that would
Anzo,
have been the end of it. They let it happen.
they don't want a
Mhm.
war on their own ground.
I understand that. But
That's
what I'm saying,
humiliating to the world.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, you're comparing it to that, but they let that happen.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a no-brainer. Look who started it.
Right. So I'm saying if they actually really wanted to lock it down, you call in the fucking army and lock that shit down. Yeah, you may have unrest some places and shit like that, but there are things the government can do, especially in America, because they are one of the toughest fucking armies and fucking racist cops and everything there. You know what I mean? So if they really wanted to, they could, but it has to start with the government, and that's the problem.
And also has to be take money out of politics.
Yeah,
You can take
100%.
money out of politics that may solve a lot of stuff, but of course, people throw in favors here and there, and they'll find some way to do it. But it's like where I am. There's a permitless gun law where you can buy a gun without a permit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got a gun. I was at a gas station the other day. Everybody at the pump had a gun on the side.
Mm-hmm.
You got people,
That
and I guarantee you, most of these people that are fighting saying you can't take my guns away live in rural areas where don't shit happen.
mhm.
People in the inner cities, they deal with gun violence all the time. We want, hey, get rid of these guns. We want
Mhm.
stronger police. We want get rid of race cops, get better cops around us to keep us safe. We don't need all these guns. Why the hell does somebody want to go buy 5 AR-15s?
That's what I'm
Who the fuck
saying.
are you fighting?
Who?
Decepticons? Who the
Right.
fuck you find?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. And that's another thing too. It's not just that the guns are the kind of guns people are doing. Like I was watching this fucking um it was a YouTube with I can't remember the white dude's name, but he was going at Sneeko, right? And Sneeko, did a video and he's showing his guns, and then he did his video and he's like, "This not a clip, motherfucker, it's a mag." But he pulled out, it looked like an AR-15. And I'm like, what the fuck do you need that for?
Exactly.
The zombie apocalypse ain't coming yet, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
It's like saying
The inner
freaking
city is
zombie
not
land.
going to
What
give
the
up their
hell?
guns. Yeah, we know that. We're not saying that you have to give up their guns, right? And I've said this earlier. Like, we don't want you to give up your guns. If that's your God-given right in America, that's what it is. But I'm saying the gun laws have to be stricter, or else you guys are gonna be knocking on people's doors like this story to go pick up your brother, and you're gonna get shot in the fucking head because you knocked on the wrong door. You know, like
And people,
you.
and I'm sorry. Go ahead, Uncle.
They should
No,
make
no,
a
go ahead.
major example of that person so that shit don't keep happening.
They should do that too as well. You are correct, 100%. But the fact that they're like, oh, we have to gather evidence, and they didn't arrest
Ain't
him
gonna
right
happen.
away. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why? We know why. Because he was black. You
Well,
know what I
the
mean?
white girl that got shot by the guy, I don't think they arrested him either.
Yeah, I didn't know
Oh,
about
did they
that
not?
story.
I
No, I
think they
didn't know
just
about it
called
either.
it fucked up circumstance or something like that,
Oh,
It is fucked up.
it
Because if that's
is.
my daughter, there's no way it's resting at that, man.
He said, have you seen Charleston White's weapons? No, I haven't. But I'm just saying, like, what do you need an AR-15 for? What do you
You know
need
why?
that kind
Because
of
they
gun
can
for?
get one, Anzo. It's like
Yeah, I
bling
know
bling.
that, but that's what I'm saying. You know
It's
what I
like bling
mean?
bling. I remember back in the day when they're chilling in the park, everybody's pulling their dog out on the table, and the bigger the dog, the bigger respect and book
Yeah,
that went
yeah,
on,
yeah.
Mhm.
So these guys
Mhm.
do it just for show.
Yeah.
After time when they shoot it, they can't even control the gun.
Facts.
Exactly. Like, you know how much kickback those things have? Like, you got to be really
Mhm.
trained to handle those weapons.
Absolutely.
If you need about 30 bullets to kill somebody, you don't need to be shooting any damn way.
Yo, you see the size of those bullets, you gotta know you're gonna get punched in the face. You know what I
Facts.
mean?
100%. It's just weird to me that, it's like this is what we're seeing, and it's like, no, 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 you can't take away our guns. It feels like you guys care more about your guns than you do about people in America. You know what I mean? About kids. It's crazy. I seen a dude with a bazooka on the internet in America.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah, you can get a bazooka. You can buy a bazooka.
Buy grenades, everything.
What do you need that for?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Now, shit pops off. I'm gonna be mad that I don't have all them guns like you guys do. But until then, you know what I mean? Like,
I
I
don't see
get
a
it.
reason to need it, but yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, well, let's say, like, world goes to shit. You know what I mean? War, famine, and everything. Then you're gonna
I
want to
gotta
have
look and
them
see.
guns.
Hey, is it worth living, man? Look at this shit out there, man. What am I living for?
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I ain't
but
no
as a
fucking
human,
Will Smith.
no, but as a human being, Roberto, and I know you a strong dude, you would still probably, push yourself to
Onzo,
survive.
the minute I run out of weed, it's all done. What? Boom!
Facts, 100%, bro. I feel you.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm
For
saying.
real.
I'm like, yo, wait a minute. This is my last spliff. Like, everywhere. You know how long you would be sucking on that spliff for? You would
Oh,
take one fucking draw a day.
you'd be
Yeah.
lying to yourself, telling yourself you're high, just to keep it longer.
Yeah, man. You see people be on the hunt for food and shit. We be on the hunt for fucking weed. Be like, yo, we gotta go. Hey,
What
Roberto,
about
you remember?
papers, Lonzo? You can find your weed, but what about paper?
Hey, man, we make bongs, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I
true.
mean?
That's right.
You find a little fucking can, make a bong out of that shit.
Brendan
you
showed me.
fuck-
Find a Pepsi bottle, Coke bottle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go to
Uh-huh.
the library.
But
Nobody reads some books any damn way. Just use some
but
lip.
now your lighters, you know what I mean? Let's say you lose lighters, you lose, you know, fire. Then you're in
Are all
trouble.
the stores blown up and shit? Or could I kick through a door and
No, you could probably kick through a door, but I'm sure everybody else would do it, and then after like a year or two, they'd be empty as fuck. You know what
true?
I mean?
I don't even think a year.
Exactly. You know what I mean? People be fucking stealing TVs and shit and wouldn't need a
Which
fucking
country are we talking?
TV.
Which country are we talking?
Everywhere.
Because I
Talking
saw in the
everywhere.
States, man, they're running over people to get in that store, man. People lying down on the glass or jumping, rolling
Man,
on
let
them.
me tell you something. I would go to Black Friday. I would go to Black Friday just to see the shit pop off. I'm not
Well,
about to
that's
see
crazy
old people
shit.
fight. It's hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, two
I don't
old people you didn't think could barely walk with a walker throwing haymakers. It's crazy.
Black
I don't know
Friday
if it's
had
as
the
bad.
best memes back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know if it's as bad as it used to be, but those first couple of years,
Oh, fuck.
holy
Them
shit,
struggling with the first big 35
bruh.
inch TV or 42-inch TV.
Bro, them videos were everywhere. People just fighting to get into a store. I'm like, this gotta be like, okay,
It was
we
all
are,
electronics, huh?
yeah, but I'm saying we are civilized human beings, right? At
Until
least
Hmm.
we, yeah, exactly. At least we, and I'm gonna say it straight up. It's because of the fucking laws why we're civil. Because if we didn't have any laws, you would think the most innocent person that you could see walking down the street would be doing some bullshit. He would probably be the worst motherfucker out there. You know what I mean? So those kind of things like Black Friday and stuff give you a little kind of hint of what the world would be like if shit popped off. It's
Hey, you ever
crazy.
seen when they're talking about the storms get or not, but down here, let's say, hey, there's gonna be a storm, ice storm coming in 2 days. Man, that supermarket's so fucking full. You got old people with baskets, 3 baskets, knowing
Hmm.
they can't eat all that food. It's just
Hmm.
it's pandemonium. It's crazy.
Hmm.
You know
And
the
when they have,
safest America was when COVID
mhm.
hit. Soon as COVID hit, everybody was inside, crime was down, because nobody wanted to go catch COVID. They thought they were gonna die. That was the safest it was. After COVID was kind of
Yeah.
lifted,
Hmm.
shit, everything popped off
Yeah.
again.
But the only problem with that is you guys fucking bought off all the goddamn toilet paper.
You right
Now,
facts. I could
now,
have
I'm sorry, but the world's going to shit. Toilet paper's not on my mind. That's not the first thing I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'll fucking wipe my ass with newspaper
I
if I
know,
have
right?
to. You know what I'm saying? They said according to the NRA and friends, anyone that dies is basically a martyr. I feel you, man.
Pretty much.
So before we get into the next topic, I actually wanted to talk about something first that is happening today. So let me bring this up. Okay, wrong fucking thing. Okay. Share my screen. Twitter. Boom. So, Jonathan Major's issues worsen as more alleged abuse victims cooperate with the DA's office.
Well, really?
Yeah,
Do you think any of us are surprised?
no. But at the same time, is it not fucking suspect that all of a sudden now you have other victims coming out and talking about this shit? Supposedly, there's an article where one of them is actually worked for Disney. So here's my thing, all right? Ant-Man has been on streaming, well, it's on digital now. It was out, what, 2, 3 months ago? 2 months ago? It was finished film sometime this year, right? You waited all this time. You waited all this time to now talk about how we treated you on the set? Fuck out of here with this bullshit, man. Like, okay, listen. I'm not sitting here. and I know people think I'm fighting for him. I'm saying he's innocent. I am not, right? But when Ray Fisher came out and said all the shit he said about Josh Whedon, everybody was like, "Well, where's the proof, Ray? Where's the proof, Ray?" Well, that's what I'm saying now. Where's the proof, right? Don't give us this bullshit here. I want to see the proof, right?
Different strokes for different folks, yo.
Facts.
I
Hanzo,
want the proof. Yeah,
you get too big too fast, they make you see.
facts.
They make you see reality. Yo, you think you're
Mm-hmm.
big? You think you're big time?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. It's as easy as making a girl walk up like in the old movies. Some nice girl walks up and blinks at him, or
Yes.
and he falls for
Yes.
her and entrapment, and
Yes.
it's even
And you know
easier now.
what?
It's even
And
easier now.
and you know what I'm gonna say? And I because we've done these Hollywood shits already. This is the type of shit that they would do. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying they did it or I'm trying to make an excuse for it, but bring out some proof, right?
Is
Let
he
us
married?
get some proof. No, I think the girl
Mhm.
was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
No kids?
No, not that I know of.
How easy to ruin a man.
Oh,
Mm.
for sure, bro. 100%. Ezra Miller had like three chances. Absolutely, 100%. And didn't get dropped from his PR team or anything like that. You know what I mean? Johnny Depp, even though he was proven innocent, he didn't get dropped from his PR team. Now, I know he lost a lot of roles and stuff like that, and I completely get that, whatever. But I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, man, it just does not make a whole lot of sense to me,
And
right?
in all honesty, Anzo, do you
Mhm.
think these people just walked in the DA's office, or the DA is scouting to find people to get this guy?
They're probably scouting,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
They
Hmm.
probably scouting. And you know what? Like you're on a set for like what, maybe 6 months doing a movie, right? Maybe one day he had an off day and told someone something, got mad at somebody. Now that person's at the DA's office. Well, he yelled at me, he abused me. You know what I mean? Because hey, what's the thing to do now, right? And I'm gonna say this too. Another thing, like we've done the videos, right? You can go on the channel. There's evidence there that we have done a lot of videos with former artists where they're talking about shady shit in the industry.
Hmm.
I personally have a feeling that they asked him to do something that he don't want to do, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to do it? Well, we are going to show you how we can destroy your career." I'm sorry, but at this point, it just seems to me like bullshit. Until the evidence comes out, until you give me proof, I see it as bullshit. What up, Terrence? Terrence said, Anzo, one must keep in mind Johnny Depp had millions of fans on his side. In Jonathan's Major's case, so many humans threw him to the fire. It's not even remotely the same. I agree with you 100%. What up, T Virus? Um, I seen a tweet. His old theater classmate was trying to expose him. I'm on Jonathan Major's side until I see some proof. I don't care what anyone says or thinks. I am with you 100%. I am on his side until you bring out some proof that really shows me that, okay, yeah, he's kind of, did what he did. But I'm not going to just go on this fucking, oh, hearsay. Well, everybody coming out saying this shit. They do it all the time. People came out 30 years after to get fucking Bill Cosby, 30 years after, 20 years after to get R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like it seems like there's a pattern here, guys. Like, do you see it? I see it.
Well, some of them are guilty. I don't want to put everyone in the same book or boat. Some of these
Hold
guys
on.
were guilty, be it they took long to
Yes.
get him. Like, don't even throw R. Kelly in the same boat as Mr. Majors
No,
here.
but here's the point. Roberto. They enabled him. They let him do what he was doing that whole time, right? His managers, his PR team, everybody knew what R. Kelly was doing and they closed a blind eye. So that's why I'm saying they are not innocent in this as well.
Okay,
And
well,
they
all of them
all
should have done time. That's
absolutely.
no brainer. I don't argue with you there. But this guy has done nothing but perform. This probably has to do something with he didn't do, He didn't do right. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. Something that he broke trust in somebody, and that somebody has power.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's too far apart. It took so long for the first one to come out, and now this one's coming out from how long ago?
Well, supposedly one of them, and I just read a little article where it said that one of them was from the set of Ant-Man and Quantumania, which that movie just finished film like a year ago.
Okay. I
Anzo,
don't know
you
what
know
kind
what
of
I think?
trauma they suffered to be holding it that long. I don't know what he did. But again, you can't persecute a guy on speculation.
Yeah, we don't have any proof yet. You know,
Nothing.
they've been
No
they've been
pictures,
talking
nothing.
they've been talking about this video that showed something in a taxi. We never heard anything about the video. The video never came out, nothing. Now he does have a court date next month, I think it is. It's a court date for this. So I'm pretty sure more information will probably come out during the court date. But at least, you know, anyone else, we'd heard some information. You know what I mean? When the shit happened with Ezra Miller, we knew kind of certain situations. People were saying what he did and this and that. But this just like, oh, victim comes to cooperate with DA, doesn't say what happened, what he did, or anything like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh my God. Terrence said, Anzo, what I think is sad, slightly funny. These clowns were nowhere in sight when Jonathan Majors was winning. Everybody was loving this man. Humans are fake, brother. Sad. Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's like he was getting big. You know what I mean? He was up there. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this: he was probably going to be like this generation Samuel Jackson because this dude was in everything.
Look
The
how
Mm-hmm.
only
fast he
difference,
rose. He rose fast like I haven't
facts.
seen a plant grow like this guy, man.
Facts. And the only thing that was different or gonna be different between him and Samuel Jackson's career is a lot of Samuel Jackson's movies, he's a secondary character, right? Jonathan Majors was on his way to becoming the main character, the main person in a lot of the movies that will probably be coming up. He was going to do a movie on Otis Redding, which I think would have been fire, right? But they took that away from him. So
Wow.
You know what I find interesting?
hmm
When you look at, because you mentioned Bill Cosby, you mentioned R. Kelly. You know what's interesting is that Bill Cosby, was he going to try to buy CBS or something like that?
So they say. Yeah.
Then all this stuff started happening right when he was trying to buy the
hmm
network. R.
hmm
Kelly. We've known
hmm
he's been doing this stuff for years.
hmm
Now all of a sudden, that Surviving R. Kelly comes out, and I get it's some money involved somewhere. I
hmm
really wanted Jonathan Major was going to be asked for a lot of money
He was going to
because
be a top actor, that's for sure. He
exactly
was
he's going to
going
be
to
a
make a
top
lot of
paid
money.
actor,
Yeah, yeah.
and
hmm
it doesn't make sense that this one time she decides to go crazy, and I just don't understand it. It's more to it than what we know. I think they're out to get Jonathan Majors for some reason.
hmm
Not sure what it is.
Have
Dear
to
Prime
agree.
said, it's probably just some relationship shit that we all go through. Yeah, it's possible that it's that too, right? But I mean, if he did like choke her and try to strangle her and shit like that's pretty much uncalled for. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's like she was just trying to grab his phone and he's like, "Get away from me, bitch!" and start strangling her. You know what I mean? And then I'd have to question and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's
Send
that's
his
not
ass
cool,
away,
man."
fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, but again, we don't really know the facts of everything that happens. It'll come to light. But I just think right now, people are jumping the gun, dropping everything. Maybe they know something we don't know. I don't know, right? But just the fact that everybody is dropping him, and isn't it innocent until proven guilty? Isn't
Come on, you
that
know
what
that
it
shit
should
don't
be?
exist no more.
Oh, look, Terrence said that too.
Oh,
Innocent until proven guilty, my foot. It's the other way around. More like guilty until proven innocent. Even then, the court of public opinion will keep you in the fire. Absolutely 100%. Because you know what? Even though Johnny Depp got off and we saw that case and we seen the type of bullshit Amber Heard was doing and how she was a liar,
Mm-hmm.
what has Johnny Depp been in since? Has his career got back on track? I know it wasn't the greatest towards the end anyways, but he was doing the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. He was in this or that.
Weren't they in the midst of making another Pirates?
They were, but I don't think he was going to be involved in it.
Right.
I could be wrong on that one though, but it could have all happened around the same time that the allegations with Amber Heard happened, so they could have dropped him from it during that time. I would have to go back and see. Not 100% sure. Terrence said Jonathan Major was climbing so fast. Thing is, many humans don't want to see a black man rise up. They wait to come out the shadows just to snipe them out. Yeah, 100%. I was a fan of this man back when he did Lovecraft Country. I knew this man was going to be a star. I had a feeling about him. He should have been Blade. I
I
don't
can
know
see
about
it.
Blade. Yeah.
You know what? If not Blade, he could have been what's that one guy's name? Luke Cage. I could see
Yeah,
him being Luke Cage.
yeah, he could definitely have been a Luke Cage. I can agree with that. On to the side aspect is regardless of the fact this man's name is tarnished. That's exactly it. That's what I was getting at, right? So even if the court case he gets, exonerated, he gets let go, maybe it's been proven that he didn't do it or whatever, he's still not, he'll never be to
He's
where he
damaged
should
goods.
have been. Yeah, yeah, exactly, right? Like we're talking about this man probably being one of the best or at least highest paid actors in Hollywood, and even if he gets off, he's not going to be that anymore, right? He's always going to have that stigma around him, and that's what's fucked up. What
It's
about
just
icon?
amazing that someone could work so hard for so long and one person can destroy it
That's the industry,
Facts.
though.
just like that. And this is
That industry is just as cutthroat as music.
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
I say about Hollywood, the city of dreams, also the city of nightmares.
And I honestly believe that the elites in Hollywood, they feel like they control all these actors, right? And I'm not just saying like just the black ones. I'm like at all of them. Like we control you. We can give you the career you want and we can take the career away from you. Easy as that. 100%. I was watching this video with Judge Joe Brown. I think I said this on the show before, where he was talking about how he went to this little party and shingding or whatever for the studios, and how the studios had some woman in there that was a plant and wanted him to, dance with her and stuff like that, and she didn't. And it was also that she could say that he touched her inappropriately. It's crazy. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but I at one point I was like, yeah, Judge Joe Brown, I don't think he would lie, you know what I mean? And then he said some shit about the George Floyd shit that made me kind of question things he was saying now. But at the same time, I do believe with all the stuff that we've watched and that we've seen with Hollywood that it's 100% a possibility.
Oh, most
100%.
definitely. Most definitely.
He made the mistake to call the cops, and I think his status would help him, but they saw a white girl and a black man. 100%. They doing Jonathan Majors like Nat Turner for sure. Johnny Depp is still dead in the water despite us finding out Amber Heard is a grade A trash. So if Johnny can't return to normal, what hope is there for Jonathan Majors?
But hold on,
Facts.
Uncle. I
Yeah.
see him calling the cops as a good thing. Because imagine she called the cops
Mm-hmm.
and said a black man did this to me. He'd be eating all kinds of knees, right? I would have
Facts.
called the cops too, just to think, hey, common sense. If I beat her, why would I call the cops on myself? Like you would
Mm-hmm.
think common sense a cop would think like that, but then again, look at the cops we're talking about. Danny.
it's amazing how the show ends up getting into some cop shit, right? But
Always,
I
because
mean, it is what it is. That's what we do over here,
they pull some
And
fuckery sometimes, But
it's
I shared some good shit with you to share
oh,
with Danny,
absolutely,
but he's
absolutely.
not
I
here
mean,
tonight,
share it
so we
with
won't waste the airtime.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I was gonna show the video that you sent, but what's the point? He ain't
Yeah,
watching.
yeah,
So we don't need to show that. You know what I mean? That kind of fucks up the flow of our show anyways, right?
you
Because
know.
we about bashing. We ain't about putting out no good shit over here.
We
But
try.
yeah, I mean cop good shit. I mean, we try to put good shit out, just not the cop shit.
That's right.
Anzo, there's a lot to analyze in relation to Jonathan Majors. I'm not gonna get upset because this is ridiculous. Men need to be careful about what women they have around them. Yeah, 100%. Anzo, if it turns out that female was lying, like I think she is, she needs some prison time. I'm talking about one meal a day so we can cut down on this crap. Well, that's the thing though, right? And that's one of the issues that we were having too. Oh man, that reminded me of something, but I'll get into that later. Um, but that's the thing, though. That's what has to happen. Just like with the cops, when they do something to us, they need strict penalties. When a woman comes out and claims something on a man that is not true, that woman should be punished just as much as that man
It's
would
a
have been.
crime.
Mm-hmm.
Facts, 100%. 100%. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't work that way, right?
I'm not sorry. It's a crime.
Oh, yeah,
Make an
yeah, yeah.
example. Make an example of her, so no other women think of doing the same thing.
Hmm.
I don't know. You making money off of this? That's why you're so lax with it.
Hmm. But you know them, they ain't gonna do that, Roberto. They ain't gonna
They
charge
have
the
to be
woman,
making
right?
money. They have to be making money.
It's crazy. It makes no sense to me. But that brings up another thing that popped into my head, and I can't remember his name. I Let me see if I have it here, but I'm just gonna explain it. So there's this soccer player, right, who married an actress. Now the actress decided to file for divorce. And this soccer player is rich as fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly in the report, it was said that she decided that she wanted half of his shit. Come to find out, everything he owns and makes is in his mother's name. So
Smart
she
guy.
is not entitled to anything,
Smart guy.
right? Not only is she not entitled to anything, turns out she makes more money than him and
Mm.
may have to pay him.
There's a God after all.
And I actually found it. So let me bring this up. What up, T1000? How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Here it is.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember reading that article. Yeah.
His name is Arifra Hakim, could be getting up to 50%
Achraf.
of his wife's Afras, that's it, whatever, assets.
If you can't say it, just say Aflac. Like a duck.
And here we go.
Spanish actress
So let's bring this back and let's listen to this.
would have to be the one to legally settle
Hold on. Bring it back.
him. Legally, she is now richer than him, and by law, she would have to settle his legal court fees and still share 50-50 of her assets with him, so now he gets 50% of her asset instead.
Mm.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend. What most people are forgetting in the divorce
There we go.
proceedings involving Hakimi's case is that now that Hakimi has nothing to his name, his wife, Hiba Abouk, the Spanish actress, would have to be the one to legally settle him. Legally, she is now richer than him, and by law, she would have to settle his legal court fees and still share 50-50 of her assets with him, so now he gets 50% of her asset instead. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Achraf Hakimi.
And here
Absolutely
I was thinking Johnny
amazing.
Depp was the legend. You just got smurfed.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Hands
that's
down
crazy.
to you, brother.
His
Because
mom
what
must
they're
have told him something.
facts, 100%.
Mom knows
100%.
best. I know these bitches. They're after your riches.
You put everything in my name, okay?
You know?
I give you everything you need. Don't worry. You never have to ask. It's yours. But everything with me. And
Mommy no
now,
beach.
what up, Poe? Thank you for popping up with the 99 cents super sticker. Jason Lee Tucker said, my man. Absolutely 100%. And you know what's funny? There's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to try this now, right? And some
Hmm.
of them gonna have shady ass mothers who's gonna take
Mother
this shit
disappears on son.
after he puts everything
You
in her
know?
name. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it'll probably be a black mom. You know what I mean? No, I'm just messing around.
What he ras? This man live with
Why
me
do
all
I
of
feel
life and I'm
rich?
not paying nothing. Man, I forget my money and thing.
Facts. Man, time to start celebrating Achraf month every year. 100% facts. If that's, you know, what's his name? Andrew Tate, they call him what, Big G or whatever. No, no. This dude is the Big G. This
Yes.
dude is the dude, right? They even have a little picture of him.
Excuse me.
I was gonna say, who the fuck's playing Mario Brothers while we streaming? But they even have a little picture of him, right? Where him and his friend are sitting in the store, and it's like, oh, he's waiting for his mom to buy him chips. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, that was the smartest thing you ever did. Trust me. If your mom gave you that idea and told you that's what you need to do, then she was looking out for you. And enough respect to your mom.
Yeah.
Because especially if this woman, her whole intent was to get the money, right? And that's what they kind of pushed that when I first seen the story. They kind of pushed that that's what she was in it for, his money, right? So if that is the case, if that's what she did, then good job, bro. 100% good job. That
Proud of
was a
your son.
I'm just smiling
smart
ear to ear right now. I'm so happy we got a win for.
facts. Smart motherfucker. What up, K Dot? What you saying? So now we're gonna get into this topic here. And yeah, Roberto, you heard about the Canadian law, right?
No.
All right. So I'm gonna bring up this video here for you guys to watch and tell me what you think.
Firstly, it enables the Attorney General to create a 2S LGBTQI plus community safety zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully. Firstly, it enables the Attorney General to create a
So
Someone
let
should
me
have
just put
screamed
this
down
in.
the back. And what about the N word?
Thank
Facts.
you. Okay,
Facts.
so here, new bill proposed in Canada will prosecute anyone that misgenders, criticizes, or protests against transgenderism. Anyone deemed transphobic, homophobic, or offensive would face prosecution and a $25,000 fine. And you know what? Hey, that's fine. But what about us?
But
Right?
wait, hold on.
How
What's to stop some girl just saying Anzu called me a woman? He's under arrest. $5,000 fine.
oh, that too. That too.
Like, do you have
But
to have some
let's
kind of proof?
I get well, who knows? To be honest with you,
Oh, that's just another weapon, yo.
who knows? But this is the thing though, Roberto, right? Where's our laws, right?
Ain't no law.
Where's the
It's never gonna
racism
happen.
law?
Never gonna
Where's the
happen.
law for getting fined $25,000 for calling me the N-word. And that money should go to me, right? If you call me the N-word, I should take your ass to court and get 25 grand for you calling me the N-word, right? You'll see how quick people will stop doing that. This is
Wow,
the thing.
fast we'd be breaking up some money.
And if you think about, right, and okay, so first off, transgender and their rights, they've gotten rights quicker than black people
Anybody
do.
else? Anybody
Right,
else?
100%, right? And we're not saying that they don't deserve their rights. No, absolutely not. But, you know, back in the day when, they were first coming out and homosexuality was first coming out, yeah, they were getting abused, they were getting beat. It was the homophobia was crazy. I'll admit that, right? But people were still going to jail. People were still being prosecuted. You know what I mean? Where was the prosecution when they were hanging us up on trees? Where was the prosecution when they were killing us, right? We we have had these type of issues and we still have them. Systematic racism, you know what I mean? People running around the streets calling you the N-word. You see all the Karens on YouTube calling fucking cops on people just because they selling lemonade or having a barbecue. You see the cops killing us
They use
constantly.
the N-word in front of the cops.
Where are our rights?
And if the guy says, "What did you call me back?" he's under arrest.
You know what I'm saying? Where are our rights? Like, what the fuck? It's okay if you want to give out all these fucking rights for, the alphabet community. If you want to give them all their rights, right? Then you got to keep the same energy with racism.
That law is going to cause a lot of problems, man.
Yes,
Can,
it's gonna
can
be.
you?
It's
Because
gonna
what
remind
if
me.
I say you're? What if I'm a Christian and I say sorry, but I see you as a woman? She's obviously offended because she's not a woman anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Could I be held accountable for
Probably so.
Possibly.
discrimination
Probably
Probably
so.
so. She'll
because of
put.
my
She'll start
beliefs?
recording you. Yeah, she'll probably start recording you, and you misgendered her. And I'm gonna bring up something else in a minute just to
So
prove
we
your
all
point,
have to
Roberto.
fucking shut our mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up something else just to prove your point, Roberto. Another article that I have here goes along the same lines. But Terrence said, "Holmes, I'm not against that community or anything, but how does this shit make sense?" You know what, Terrence? We're not against that community
Don't make
either.
sense, Terrence. It makes dollars.
Facts, 100%. 100%, because they're funding everything, they have power, and this is what is happening, right? It's not the fact that we sitting
And
here
it's
saying that they shouldn't get the rights. If you're gonna fucking find somebody for misgendering you, fire them for misgendering you, or you know what I'm saying, like fine them $25,000 for misgendering you, then why can't we get fucking shit for being called a nigger?
just 10 grand.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't take
Right.
care of some bills,
Facts.
but we've been
I'll
getting
be out.
10
Yeah.
grand every day. 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand.
Facts.
Fuck.
Facts.
Man, we'll be lucky to get 5% discount at a gas
You
station.
know what? If they put
10
that
grand.
law in effect, I'm running to Boston. I'm rich, bitch.
Facts.
You know what this
100%.
reminds me of though? Remember when the Me Too was popping at the time? When all the
Mm-hmm.
woman had to do was say Me Too, and all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden the floodgates open on them.
Yeah, yeah.
This first of all, I'm happy to see that Canada got some fucked up shit just like we do. Right? I appreciate that. Secondly, that is too broad of a law, like
Too vague.
vague, like
Mm-hmm.
homophobic. So if
Mm-hmm.
somebody's in church saying that it's in the Bible that no homosexuality is abomination to the Lord, that's homophobic. That's
Mm-hmm.
homophobic. 24.
Fucking
What?
priest gets arrested right on the spot.
And let's not forget, there's racism within the LGBTQ community as well. So
Mm-hmm.
people don't
Sure.
get it twisted. There's
Because
racism
you're
in that
gay,
too.
you can't be racist. It's not all
Exactly.
rainbows and happiness.
There's a
They
caste
have,
system
they
in that
have
as well.
thoughts too. They follow. I'm sure there's some people who like Trump and they say you're a fucked up gay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that shit happens.
Like, can I
So
sue somebody for calling me a nigger and I felt emotional
No,
damage
you
to where I
can't.
couldn't go to work the next day?
You can't even
but
retaliate.
but misgender somebody, and yeah, you sure can. So here's to your point, Roberto. Female teacher fired and forced to apologize by misgendering students, she said good afternoon girls in an all-girls school?
I'm sure everybody thought we froze, right?
Oh my God.
I don't know,
So-
man. Some of the shit this Real Toronto News post, I fucking have to say, are you fucking kidding me? If I find out these guys are real, I'm telling you, the house in the woods is looking real fucking close, yo.
Hey, you know what the thing is, Roberto? I think one of the first times we started using them or started showing them, I think Dandelion was like, "Oh, are you guys sure that's real articles?" But I've always like checked to see if there are other things from it. Now it could be someone taking that source and making their own article, but I've seen it in more than one place. So it's I believe some of the shit, that maybe not all of it, but most of the majority of shit that I get from there is true shit.
Well, it's just some harsh statements. I mean, they'd be getting some fucking major lawsuits if it wasn't the case, right?
Facts. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
but something Dandelion said, bears mind on me when she made mention that she knows a lot of people who don't feel that way. And I had some employees that work for me who don't feel that way either. And it could be some fucking anal pimple guy just stirring up fucking shit and
Yeah,
using
yeah.
a community to fall
Yeah, yeah.
or,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
glorify it or whatever
Mhm.
the outcome is, right?
Mhm.
Because for me, my biggest frustration is that you can't even have an argument with these whoever's making these rules and whatever.
Mhm.
Like, is when you have an assembly before a law comes in, how do these people keep getting reelected if they can fucking do shit like this?
You know why?
I don't
Bec-
understand.
because the people that are electing them are
Want
them.
this? Yeah, want
Yeah,
this.
you know what I mean? Like it's crazy that it's hey, too bad niggers. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it. Fuck, I don't care. Too bad
It's hard
niggers.
for me to
You know
say
what I
that,
mean?
man. It's hard
It's
for
it's
me to say
fine.
that.
It's fine. Sometimes I'm gonna let the black come out of me, and that's what they say. And it's like too bad because that's what we are to them,
I had
right?
a hard time watching Roots, right?
Or did you?
Because
Certain scenes
I
in it.
wanted to beat all my white friends in school
Certain
when I
things
was in
in it. Certain,
elementary.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
telling
yeah,
you, I was looking at
yeah,
all
yeah,
of
I
them.
believe it. I
I ain't
believe it.
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Kunta
yeah,
Kinte,
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah,
I tell you
yeah,
right now,
yeah, yeah.
I think I'm not the only black kid who said that either. You know what I mean? I said, let me
Cry,
stop watching this show because I got some like cool white friends.
Cry Freedom, Mississippi Burning.
Oh hell yes,
Those movies made me want to go out there and do that shit, Roberto. They
dude. It
wanted
was
me to pound on some. Hey, Lorena, what's up? Thank you for popping in, much appreciated. We trying over here,
it was
but
Rosewood for me. Rosewood when I saw that movie. Oh dude.
yeah. But at the end of the day, right? Again, that community has been getting rights handed to them left and right while we just sit back and get
Yes,
the scraps,
American
you
X
know.
History. That one got me too.
Facts
Oh yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Oh fuck, some skinheads got beatings for that, yo. I'm telling you, oh fuck. We were going downtown like there was a war, blacks and skinheads. I'm telling you, man.
Anzo, if I were in charge overnight, I would make black people millionaires. Forget this nonsense. Let's make all equal. Yeah, I feel you.
The billionaires would come after us, T.
Last week, a human called me the N word. Granted, it was in his dreams, but that dream caused me emotional damage. Where's my 25? Facts! 100%. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
Hey, I was walking down the street a couple years ago, and some white man called me the N word. Where's my money? You know what I mean? What? I don't get, that broke my heart. Like, I was in tears. I couldn't function. I couldn't work the next day because all I could do was think about this old white man calling me the N word, and I didn't do anything.
But
Like I
they
was
usually
just
muffle it
minding my
here.
own
Like if
business.
they say it, they muffle it.
Uh-huh,
Estimate,
uh-huh,
estimate. They don't say it out
uh-huh,
loud. When I see
uh-huh.
that shit in the States, the guy's in his face, nigger, 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 nigger. How did you not
Right.
headbutt him after the second one? How did you not? How
Facts.
did you not?
Facts.
Like,
100%.
how many niggers does it take to get to the middle? The Tootsie Roll commercial?
Facts.
How many
you
does
know,
it take? And I don't care
Usually,
what Danny says. You have to restrain yourself. You're provoking me. It's like you're telling me you're gonna do something to my family, and I'm gonna
mm-hmm,
wait until you do something to retaliate.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
No. For you to
mm-hmm,
be so bullfaced to make that statement, you need to have repercussions.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if you walk up to me, I'm sorry, I blacked out, because that used to be a very good excuse in law.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
court.
well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Officer, he called me nigger. I blacked
yeah,
out. I woke up. He was on
yeah,
the floor
yeah,
bleeding.
yeah, yeah.
My
That
head hurt a bit.
and crimes of
You know,
passion. And crimes of passion, those used to be really good ones. I
I
don't know if
doubt they
those
work
have
now.
the same. Yeah, I don't think they have the same weight as they did back then. But you used
Different
to hear
times,
all that
yo.
kinds of shit. Yeah, 100%. Be like, oh, it's a crime of passion, and he just got mental ward for like a couple months, and he's back on the street. So
You
like,
know what,
fuck that.
Anzo? I don't want to become ignorant, but I know anybody who walks up to me who I remotely think is not like me, don't talk to me.
Hmm.
That walk away. It's the only way to escape any kind
Punching
of,
somebody in the face.
or something
Mm-hmm.
happening where you're losing in the situation
Hmm.
where you
And
should
and
be
the
winning.
And you know the thing about it too, Roberto? Some of that shit will happen when you're having a bad fucking day. When you're all smiles and giggles and shit, you cool, nothing happens. But that one fucking day you pissed off, someone's gonna
Somebody's gonna
test
test
you.
your shit,
Facts, 100%.
and you're gonna
Fucking
lose.
crazy, bro.
It just so happens when they test you, 5-0's across the street.
You
You know,
know?
everything just is
Mm-hmm.
fucking set for
Yeah,
failure,
facts,
like it was
facts,
fucking sketched and written
facts,
before you got there.
facts, 100%.
That's why
100%.
you just I'm trying to teach people now. You need to learn to walk away
Oh, absolutely.
because there is no reward at the end of this argument. And
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
you can't get water from a rock. I don't know why these little fucking statements aren't made anymore. Because there's so many rocks out there right now, and people are trying to
Hmm.
get water from them. You
Hmm.
can't. You can't.
Hmm.
Like I tell you something once logical, and if you tell me no, I don't think so, it's over. There's no second and third and fourth try because I want to choke you out after. I don't want to reach those
Facts.
levels. I came here
Facts.
civil. I want to leave civil. Let me go smoke a joint. And it's, if you're smoking too much, that means you're in too much fucking bad people around you. Too
Hmm.
much bad
Mm-hmm.
people around you. If you take 2 tokes and you're fucking high, it's because you're happy.
You know?
I'm telling you, Anzo, if you really think about it, COVID, I'm starting to wonder if it was put there for a reason because since COVID came, there's been a shift and nobody asks questions anymore.
Hmm.
It's like we just keep taking it and taking it. Like whatever's being done, we take it and take it and take it. And there's a few of us who sit around and talk, vent, 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 but nothing changes.
Hmm. 100%. And especially when it comes to our issues, nothing ever changes,
You
bro.
see, the more I
Nothing.
see stuff like this, the more I'm getting fucking irate, man.
This is
And
why I brought this one up because it's another one.
This
Washington
is
passes bill allowing children to be legally taken from parents if parents don't consent to gender transition.
what the fuck?
government gets involved in the home. The minute you let that happen, there's no
It's over.
limitations, man. They
Exactly.
It's
just keep
over.
going and going and going. Before they're gonna tell you, when you give birth to your kid, if chromosome this and that don't match, the government will be taking your kids away from you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next level. Like,
Hmm.
what the fuck?
Hmm.
Gender, everything's fucking gender.
And again, right? We talk about this all the time, right? We talk about, okay. And again, guys, I'm not saying it's correct or anything, but we talked about predator behavior, right? We never blame the child for any of that situation. Why? Because they are too young to, they can
Mm-hmm.
be manipulated or anything like that, right? So you're telling me if that's the case, but it's okay for an 8-year-old to be like, yeah, I'm a girl now. And oh, I gotta be like, yeah, you're a girl? Really? Okay, fine. You're a girl now.
I'm going to tell you a story of a person I spoke to. I'm not going to say any names, but the
Mm-hmm.
so-called person has a daughter and a son in school. Okay, and the son is having learning difficulties because he can't comprehend why his teacher has pink fingernails and blue and green and yellow streaks in the hair. There's going to be some kids who can't understand this, be it that's the way they're raised at home, or they just have questions that can't be answered themselves. Why are they forced to take this in now? I thought the kids were always protected. Kids, they follow their different rules. When something happens to a kid, it's much worse than when it happens to an adult. So why all of a sudden things are allowed to affect kids? Why do we need to start teaching them? Why can't they learn this when they're adults? Because anything sexual was adult. I don't care what it is. You talk
Absolutely.
about genitals, it's supposed to be adult.
Peace, Terrence. Take care, brother. Thanks for
Later,
popping in.
Terrence. Now you can, elementary.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they need to know? Why can't they find out themselves? Not every kid wants to know. So why can't kids choose like a course? I'm curious about this. I want to get educated on this. I need to know the way. I'll take this course. Not everybody gets it. And if you don't want to be a part of it, it's like that Einstein thing I told you back a long time ago. Einstein writes on the board 2 + 2 is 2, 4 + 4 is 8, 8 + 8 is 16, and he purposely writes one of them wrong. And when he finishes writing it all, he turns around and he notices that, the students are laughing. And he asks one student, "What's so funny?" And he goes, "Mr. Einstein, you got 7 + 7 wrong, or whatever number wrong." And he goes, "I did it on purpose to show where society is going. Because before you give me praise for getting 99.9% right, you will choose the 1% I got wrong and emphasize on that." And that's where we live now. That's common now. A whole hockey team, one player decides not to wear the jersey on LGBTQ night, and for fucking weeks they're talking about that one guy, not the rest of the team that wore it. And that one guy, why did he play that night? Why is he still on the team? Why is he in Canada if he's Russian? Why? What is it your fucking business?
Because we basically don't have the right to decide for ourselves. If you
when
do,
it comes to that,
yeah. If you do, you're scrutinized, and you get ran through the mud and all kinds of bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous, bro.
You know how many antis I speak to, and they can't believe they're being called anti? Just because I didn't want to go, I'm anti?
Or because you won't date one. You're anti. You know what I mean? We saw that video a couple months ago.
Yes, we did.
Even if you won't date one, you're anti. You know what I mean? And that's just stuff like, no, that's not the case at all. You know what I mean?
And I bet you the people that are arguing were on the hockey team where everybody got a trophy.
Pretty much.
That's where it all started.
Absolutely, 100%. So we also have, because
I
it's
think
a
you
long
do this
list.
shit just to get my blood going. You know how I feel. You just want to see me one day really go off and be the bad guy on the fucking internet, huh? I know you're trying.
It's not over yet, my friend. It's not over yet. Okay.
We got it. Is this new Diggs BTW?
Yes, it is. What up? What up, Diggs? How you doing?
Welcome.
Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. I thought I had this video up here. I know it was a video.
I think I have a conversation about topics like this every week, and I don't start most of them.
No, you don't.
And it kind of goes back to that, that homophobic, transphobic, whatever law, whatever it was. If someone who's trans comes to me, and I turn them down because they are trans, am I there considered transphobic? Have to pay a $25,000 fine?
Probably.
You better send a fucking memo, man, because they're looking for paydays. I'm telling you.
It's just ridiculous.
To me, this is entrapment.
It is.
100%. 100%. Huh. Okay.
They're
So
pretty
I
much
know
making it that you're all on their side. You don't
I
have
know
to
that
worry
was
about it
supposed to be
because you're
here.
not allowed to have those conversations.
Absolutely. All right. So
Have a
I'm
good
gonna
night,
bring.
Lorena.
Oh, take care, Lorena. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. It's always a pleasure. So we have this one here, and I thought I had the video, but I gotta get the video up. But it says girls' bathroom was replaced with an all gender at venue. So in the video, she talks about how the male bathroom is fine, but the female bathroom has that. So my question is, and the video is basically saying that they're trying to replace real women. Do you believe this to
I
be the
find that
case?
symbol offensive. Who could I complain to? You know what I mean? Who fucking designed that shit? What does that mean? Is that
you
alien
know?
fucking writing?
Okay, so
Oh,
I
so
will
now
play
am I
this video.
anti because I called your symbol alien?
Oh, absolutely. You already know that, bro.
Well, I am anti if that's the way you want it because I have an opinion. If me having an opinion is anti, then I am anti because some of my opinions actually favor you guys, but you don't want to hear it. You want me to favor everything. And that'll
Mm-hmm.
never fucking happen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%. All right, so I have the video here. I actually still did have it, but here we go.
Being gaslit. I keep being told that they're not erasing women's spaces, but I go to take my 2 toddler girls to the bathroom, and the women's sign has been replaced with all gender restroom. The men's restroom remains, but you go to the bathroom, and there's no option to just go into a women's bathroom.
What is the conspiracy there?
It's hey man,
That don't make
we
sense.
had we had the video with the black woman saying that it seems like they're trying to erase real women, and then we have no, I didn't play it on the show. I know I had one though, where it was trans saying her box was better than a real woman's box.
What box? What do you mean box?
Her box. Her box.
This is another YouTube thing, huh?
Well, I'm trying to be,
Or pum
think
pum?
about. Yeah, there we go.
Why
There
can't we
we go.
say
Her
pum
pum pum.
pum? We
You can
say
say pum
everything
pum. To
else.
be honest with you,
The
we can say
box?
pum pum.
What
To be honest with
fucking box?
you.
I've never heard of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Why would
That's
you
what they be
call that a
calling it
box?
now.
You know
That's
what I
what they
do to my
calling it now.
boxes? Well, I do damage in my box.
Exactly. Exactly.
I cut
You're
it
damn,
up
you're damn right.
in
We
a
wear out them blood
pieces.
clot boxes. Them. You know what I mean?
Where
But yeah,
Danica?
that's. so so now you're going, and we've also had remember the video with the woman in the spa, you had that
That was
woman in
fucked up
there.
shit.
Right.
That
So
pedophile.
right, when you have them type of bathrooms now, you're going to get the same type of thing. So she's not wrong for feeling the way she does, but at the same time, she's gonna be called homophobic. She didn't show her face in the video, so she's smart there, because that fucking video would have probably went everywhere. Look at this homophobe and this and
Answer.
that. And
They needed a TGP. That's called a transgender police. You put them at the door. If you still have a tool, you're not getting dread. You have a
facts.
box? You have a box? Come on in. All boxes are welcome.
Facts.
When you can
Because
afford to erase the tool, you can come in the box room. You understand? Move.
facts. And you got to think about people's safety as well too, right? Like, I'm not saying that it's a huge chance it could happen, but you can have some predator, dress up as a woman and walk right into that bathroom, and next thing he raping some chick. You know what I mean? Like,
We're looking
I
at little
know
kids.
we're looking at little kids, right? And I know that, again, because we had the video, we're talking about they want to get the rights and all stuff like that, and that's good. But at the same time, if you're gonna do that, then you have a gender-free bathroom. You have a man's, a woman's, and a gender-free bathroom. What's wrong with that?
Well, you know, some fucked up people are going to take advantage of those laws. Like any laws that come out,
Of
there's some people who
course.
test it. And the people that are going to test these laws are not the people you want in that bathroom with you.
Yeah, of course. 100%,
You
bro.
know? That's
It's
some
happened
fucked up shit.
already that people were testing those laws already. You know what I
Because
mean?
there's guys who are going to be in there with no makeup
Hmm.
saying they're a woman and you can't say
Facts.
shit. You can-
Facts.
I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of women with pee stains, man. They're not going to want to go in them bathrooms, man.
Facts. Or they're gonna want to go in the man's bathroom because they know at least, nothing gonna happen in there, right? Because it's
I don't
probably
know.
just
I don't
no,
know.
I
I
mean
don't know. So
I don't know.
it's rare. It's rare because unless you get that, crazy dude, right? But what
I
I'm
ain't doing
saying is,
nothing.
right, the chances of, a man dressing up in a dress who thinks he can get away with some bullshit, that's a possibility. Like that can happen. You know what I mean? So that's the problem with it. But at the same time, I understand, I guess, they want to be treated equally, but at the same time, give them their own bathroom. You have a man's, we have a woman's, and you have your own bathroom. What's wrong with that? But
You know, I just
we,
realized
mm-hmm,
these oversized coffee mugs
mm-hmm.
can hold 2 beers at a time. Hey, that's some science, yo. What? What? You don't even have to get up, yo.
A woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an
So
issue.
oh, I love this one. I love this one.
yeah, you're gonna like this one. I don't know if
If you'd
you've
like
ever
to be a
seen it.
woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue.
Anyone can, right?
I don't
Oh,
see a
this guy
problem.
looks
Just literally
fucking
put the hand up and
concentrated.
say I'm a woman. Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
No, let me pause it there because that black
I
girl's
tell you, this guy
laugh.
loves fire. This guy
Yeah,
loves fire.
but that black girl's laugh kills me every time, right? watch
Literally
it.
put the hand up and say I'm a woman. Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian? I'm serious. If I can identify as anything without any need to prove I'm actually what that
Oh
is,
man.
why can't I on International Women's Day say I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd status,
I think
we're
that's
talking
what.
about quite a
With
strong
respect, I
physical
think that
change.
you'd already
Why is
opened
that
the
absurd?
absurdity door by saying it is limitless. You can do what you like. Anyone can say I'm a woman. How many genders are there?
2.
There are 2 genders.
Well,
Wow. So you don't believe in transgenders at all?
I think there are.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa. There are 2 genders.
Well, it's taught in.
Well, you say well. You've literally just launched this huge defense of transgenderism. Now you've eradicated it.
Confucius say.
A man in Quebec was arrested for domestic violence, and he's claiming to be a woman now to go to a woman's jail. Yes, and I think there was one in the States
That's
that did that
fucking
as well.
creative, boy. That's creative.
Hey,
This guy's
why
gonna have
not?
all
Oh no,
kinds of sex
those
in there and
female
claim
places,
he's a
bro.
lesbian. Hey, he's gonna have all kinds of sex and claim he's a lesbian. That's
Facts.
fucking genius, yo.
Facts.
No, it's happened before. I
100%.
remember once they thought it was a woman, put in a female jail, and found out it was a man.
Mhm.
And threw them back in the man's jail, and she cried or whatever, screamed.
Cried for being,
She cried, for being, it's
put in the
happening.
male's jail. Hmm.
But I'd be more scared of that women's jail than I would the male jail, honestly. Those women are grimy, bro.
At least you can
That's-
kick their ass.
I don't know.
And-
There's some butch looking ass. I don't know.
Yo.
Yeah. Hey, but
If you
but
get
hold
beat
on.
by a woman,
But-
I think you're better off in there.
But hold on, let's be real. Let's be real. No.
You
Hold
like
on,
that
hold
one,
on.
eh, JG?
Yeah.
Let's be real though. Let's be real though. Right? There's a butch woman, right? Would you prefer a butch woman taking advantage of you or a man taking advantage of you? I'm gonna go with the butch woman. I don't know about you guys,
Ding, ding, ding,
but
ding, ding.
you put me in that female jail, and if a butch woman
Hold
wants
on.
to take advantage of me,
Is the butch woman a box?
she have a box, a real box. Yes.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yes,
ding,
a
ding.
real box. Yes.
There's no
absolutely.
questions asked.
Good point. Good point.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh no, don't do that. No. No, I can't. You can't. Yeah, right there. No, you
Hold
can't
on.
do that.
Hold on, Anzo. So now, because we're talking about we want to do boxes,
Mhm.
are we discriminating on the non-boxes?
Probably.
You see how
Well,
much confusion this causes?
well, you see, the problem with that is some of them actually go through operations to get a box. You know what I mean?
Could be a small
So,
box.
oh, it's a man-made box. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I want original, natural. That's what your mama gave you box. I don't want no man-made box. I'm sorry. That's just me. Don't want it, you know? But at the end of the day, he's right. Like, why can't I wake up one morning and say, you know what? I feel like a 48-year-old white man, and I am going to identify as a 48-year-old white man.
You know what? That's how we can get offended by the N word. I'm
Facts.
white. Who is this guy calling an N?
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Arrest this
Exactly.
man.
What up, Mike?
Oh shit. We just
So,
fucking solved it in fucking 5 minutes.
and I want to solve it even worse, Roberto. Let's say there was an operation that we could go through that would turn us white. You know how fast they would fucking ban that shit?
You know what?
Oh no, we can't have them being a part of our race.
I'd love Danny
Absolutely
to pull
not.
me over. Danny pulls me over, and I go, "What? You pull me over because I'm white?" He
We're like, what
probably
are you
arrest
talking
me.
about?
He probably
What are you
arrest me.
talking about? I identify as a white man.
Yes.
What's
Don't
the
let this
problem?
color fool you.
Transracial surgery. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Hey, let's do it. I promise you. I promise
They
you.
better stop
They
giving
would
us too much information on these laws, you know.
they would ban that quick,
I rob a
Roberto.
bank looking for a black man. I'm a white woman. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
for
about.
real. For
You got
real.
the wrong person. Oh shit.
Oh man.
Oh.
I
You should
don't
have to
blame
have
you.
some court document because fucking people be pulling out that Trump card all day.
Facts.
You got the
100%.
wrong person. Fucking calls to me like, these APBs are fucked up, man. I don't know if they're white or black, woman or man.
Be like, we have a tall, dark-skinned black man who did this robbery. There he is. We're gonna pull up on him. Excuse me, sir. You fit a description. What's the description of a tall black man? I'm not black. What are you stopping me for? I'm
You're under
white.
arrest for
I'm
lying
not
to a
black.
police officer.
I'm not lying. I identify as a white man. What? You're taking away my right to identify as a white man?
Hold on. These rights don't apply to you. You're black.
No, I'm not. I am not black at all.
Well, you
Get
seem
that
to be
shit out
confused there, young man. You don't get to use that loophole. Different laws
Uh,
you. Get on the ground. There's no fucking debate, Onzo. You be
I'd be
eating
going to
club.
court. I'd be going to court, bro, and I'd be like, listen, man, officer, judge, I don't know what happened. I was walking down the street minding my own business, and they said they were looking for a tall black man. But I am not black, Your Honor. I have woke up and I decided that I feel like a white man in a black man's body. So I will identify, or I do identify, as a white man in a black man's body.
Wait, you do
I
kind of
always
talk
knew
like one.
something was I always knew something was wrong with me when I grew up because everybody would ask me, "How come you speak so proper? How come you do these things like that?" And most black people don't do those things. You're playing lacrosse, you talk properly, you know what
You're
I
part of the
mean?
gentleman's club.
I'm like, because I'm white, Your Honor. What's the problem?
You
You
wear pink
know?
polo shirts.
But you see, that could never happen, right? Because we ain't got no operation to where we can actually, change our
You don't
skin
need an
color.
operation according to their laws. You don't need it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's what you feel.
Hmm.
Like someone made fun, wants to stop a kid waking up in the morning and he says, I feel like a 60-year-old adult. I'm your father.
For real.
Kid, mom's got to wake up and say, Dad, to her son?
Hmm.
How fucking normal is that?
It's not.
But I
That
mean,
is the
what's
problem.
normal anymore? Right?
You
We're
know
living
what,
in an abnormal world.
JG?
So,
If you think about it, we used to go down the street and see something and say, I don't know about you, that ain't fucking normal. When is the last time you heard somebody say that statement?
Well,
Really, really
like,
think about it.
you're right. It's been a while.
It's been
I
a
don't
very long
feel like
time
we are.
since I heard that word normal thrown out. I could say years. Because
Mhm.
I saw this girl wearing an outfit that I was biting my fucking tongue to not say that's not normal. She was walking with a smile on her face, and I'm happy for her that she feels so proud wearing an outfit that she shouldn't even wear it in her house.
Mhm.
But she's walking on the street in this outfit, and no one could say shit to her.
Mm.
That's okay, I guess.
What, she have her booty out and everything?
Anzo, just let's say the size she was, she did not have the right size outfit. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. You know,
Oh, man.
you want to be a runway model, but you're not.
That's
You
because
know?
of Lizzo. That's just because of Lizzo. Lizzo, you know what I mean? Come out
Listen,
there and do her thing and make them
I
feel
see
comfortable.
more and more
Listen.
people walking with their shirts off that shouldn't be, and no one could say shit to them on Zoom.
Mhm.
And people
Mhm.
are getting fucking brave, man.
Mhm. Mhm. Brandon Wells said you guys should watch the episode of Atlanta where the black guy identifies as white. It's hilarious. Yeah,
I'm
hey
sure.
man, listen. At
But
the
what
end
was
of
the
the day,
outcome? Did he get clubbed?
probably.
Reality, bitch.
You know, and Eddie Murphy did it back in the day, Saturday Night Live. He dressed up as
Mhm.
a white man, and you know what I mean.
But he was
He
an
got
ugly
all the
white man.
yeah.
He looked like he was from Barbados.
He didn't
Sorry
look
to
like
my
a real white
Asian
man.
friends. Sorry. I don't know why I said that.
But at the end of the day, man, like I said, it's for me, it's real woman. That's where it's at, you know. Said you
But wait,
gotta
could I ask you a question? That
watch.
clip that we watched, right?
Mm-hmm.
The woman that he stumped. What side is she on?
I'm pretty sure she's on their side. I know who you're
She
talking
just
about,
says she
Mazo.
doesn't recognize transgender.
Well, she said there's only two
Two
genders, right?
genders. That means you
Which,
don't acknowledge
yeah,
transgender.
yeah.
So how could she
But
be on their side? That's a hypocrite.
Well, I think
you,
after he kind of got back at her, that's when she kind of flip flopped a little bit.
Well,
mm-hmm,
she's on the wrong side of the tracks, not realizing.
100%. And to be honest
That's
with
some
you,
fucked up shit.
no, but to be honest with you though, like she's right. There's only two. I don't care what anyone
Yes,
wants to tell me.
yes,
There's only two. Like
yes.
let's be real about that. There's only two. I don't care what anybody wants to say.
You're
You're
gonna
not
talk
gonna
about the
take
Lost Testament.
you're not gonna take everything that I learned back in fucking elementary and in high school and throw that out the window by telling me that there's more than two genders. You're
Everything you
not
learned
gonna
up
tell me that.
until 3-4 years ago. Let's
Yeah,
be
for
more
real.
specific.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. You gotta watch Martina's big story. The white girl got injections to turn black. She's from the UK. Yeah, I seen that. There was even a woman that was in the NAACP, a white woman who run around saying
Mm-hmm.
she was black. You know what I mean? So you see, and that's the thing, right? The white people can just go and get this dark tan or get whatever and be like, hey, I identify as a black person. Unfortunately, we can't do that. You know what I mean?
They have to have some
But
fucking black features. I'm sorry.
you know what?
I don't
I'm
know any
gonna.
black people with a nose like that. Sorry.
Oh no, 100%. But what I'm gonna do, Roberto, I'm gonna go to the pharmacy and I'm gonna find the whitest makeup I can find, right? And pop that shit on my face and see if it makes me look like a white person.
Go
You
try
know,
and get a
get
loan.
and be like, yes, sir, I am now officially a white man. But I
You
don't
should
know,
go to the
man.
bank and say, I was told if I was white, I would get a bigger loan. Is that the case?
How's your credit, sir? Oh, my credit is not good at all. Doesn't matter. Here you go.
Oh,
How
that's
much
the
you need?
Murphy.
10 million, here you go. You know, but at the end of the day, though, I think, and I've said this many times, I think that there's a lot of things in this world that are like absolutely bananas. You know what I mean? I think people are losing their fucking minds, and they're trying to conform people to be certain ways and act certain ways, and you can't say this or you can't say that, or you're homophobe and this and that. And at the end of the day, we all have our own views. So don't think that you can't have your own view. Don't think because, you know, you think there's only two genders that you're transphobic or homophobic. That's not the case. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that you're a homophobe or transphobe because you don't believe that there's more than two genders. But don't let that fool you, man. For real. Because at the end of the day, that's what we were taught growing up, and that's what I'm sticking with. You can come up with all kinds of excuses, chemical imbalance, and blah, 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 and this and that, but which all may be a fact, right? Maybe there is some wiring wrong. Maybe there is a chemical imbalance, right? But at the end of the day, you're still male or female.
Yeah, how does Sammy
And
do it?
You got the
Sammy
Michael
Sosa.
Jackson
Sammy
treatment,
Sosa
I
did
think. I
it.
don't know what he did.
He must have
Yeah,
spent
but
a lot of money.
yeah, he did. I think they called it bleaching your skin,
The Michael
right?
Jackson treatment.
Michael
But
Jackson treatment.
you see the thing with that though is he still didn't look white. You
No,
know what I mean?
he
He
looked like
still
an
didn't look
albino
like,
brother.
yeah, he still didn't look white. You know what I mean? I won't find something that's gonna make me
Because
actually
you
look
have,
white.
listen, you can make your skin white, but if you still have black features, you're gonna
Yeah,
look
yeah, for sure.
fucking weird.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. 100%.
You're gonna look Planet of the Ape-ish. If
100%.
you
You
think
know what I'm
about it,
saying?
man, those high
Yeah.
yellow Planet of the Apes, they look like they, were black and they had their skin bleached, man.
And with him, I think he's Dominican, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. It's so much
something like that.
colorism over there, man. It's
Yeah, it
just,
is.
Hmm.
There is.
myself, mom's first generation Cuban American. So much colorism in the Afro Latino community as well.
The
So
lighter
it's
skin
just
got better treatment.
light skin got better
It's all
treatment.
over.
So, looking at him, I hate that he did it, but I see why he did it. And it's a shame that we have to go that route just to get some form of acceptance.
The man was
But
fucking wealthy, man.
Hmm.
What do you need that
you
for?
see, my thing is though this, right? Is he really accepted? You know what I mean? Like, does that make you no, it makes you stupid. They may act like you're accepted, but no matter what
They're
you
being
do to your skin,
hypocrites.
yeah,
They're,
you ain't never gonna be accepted.
Mm-mm.
Never. Because no matter what you do, you still considered a black man. So to sit there and think that you're gonna do some certain stuff to your skin and
he's
make yourself
infiltrating.
make
Oh,
yourself
shit.
look a certain way, and you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely dumb.
Sammy's
So
trying to get into the huddle, yo.
100%. But I mean, at the end of the day, guys, like I said, keep your head up. Have your values. Don't hurt nobody. If you think the way you think, don't let anybody make you think that you're wrong for the way you think. You know what I mean?
See,
So
if
just
some of you young people you're into The Simpsons or you know about The Simpsons, go watch the earlier episodes when Homer used to have these really fucked up thoughts and he would
Mm-hmm.
speak it out loud and go, dope! We call that a Homer moment, right?
Yeah.
mhm,
People are having that on the regular now.
pretty
People
much.
just fucking shit you shouldn't be saying. You're speaking out loud and you're fucking protected at the same time too, because you should get a slap the minute you say some stupid shit like that. That's why I know
100%.
this world's going in the wrong fucking direction, yo. The
And you
wrong
know what's
direction.
and you know what's funny? And I didn't save it, right? But there was a video going around. It was on Twitter where there's this woman talking about how math is racist, right?
Math?
Math is racist. Yeah, math is racist, right?
Mathematics?
Yeah, because with the same idea, and it's a short video, so she talks about some sort of ideology that they probably were discussing before they clipped the video. But she's like, yeah, so if you think about it with that type of ideology, then math is racist, because who's to say that 2 + 2 is not 5? I was like, what? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with people? I swear, some people just do shit to, and this was it. I swear that I can't say for sure, but I'm 100% sure it was something on fucking Fox News, because it sounded exactly like something that would have been on fucking Fox News, bro. I don't understand people's logics anymore. I don't, and I blame a lot of it on this little thing right here that we are speaking on, the internet. I blame a lot of this shit that is going on this internet. Was a blessing and a motherfucking curse.
Well, what do you think our parents said this was the devil's making?
For real.
That's why they refuse to fucking touch it. Sure, they missed out, but at the same time, they're protected.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. You know, we always want the best things. We always want the most popular things, but are those really the best things for us? These phones, these smartphones, were these really the best things for us? I don't think so.
They were, but until technology just keeps becoming too advanced.
Yeah, no,
Like,
exactly.
think about the first cell phone that came out to where we are now.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I would say that, the flip phone is where we should have stopped.
Yeah.
The flip
Motorola
phone
flip.
is where, yeah, that is where we should have stopped. But no, it kept going, and now people cannot live without this. Your banking information on it. You do all kinds of transactions on your phone, right? Your information is, oh, flat out there on the web somewhere, can be accessed by someone at any time. I don't care how fucking much privacy you think you have on your phone. I can guarantee you there is some tech at Apple or at Samsung or whatever that can actually get every single piece of information off your phone,
Now they
even
can do
if
it
you
simply
turn it
by you
off.
plugging in your phone to charge it.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Imagine
You know
how
what I
much
mean?
people got fucked, like for the ice storm. You just plug in your phone anywhere.
Yeah. 100%.
I know
100%.
you need this outlet and people are going to use it. I hook it up to just fucking get in
Yeah.
everybody's phones.
100%. I think there was an article where they were talking about I don't think it was here though, but
The
you know how
RCMP
the
had a
buses,
fucking statement.
about the buses, the bus thing where you could charge your
Bus
phone on the
terminals.
buses. Yeah. Where you could charge it on the buses. They're saying those are the biggest things to steal people's information.
And the airport.
Yeah, probably airport too.
Because everybody's charging at the airport. There's
Mhm.
just too much shit going on for anybody to really pay attention, right?
So that's why I say, man, those flip phones is where we should have stopped. Now I know I'm
I
a
think we
tech
should have
guy.
stopped at the pager.
We could have did that too, but that pager was like, okay, let me go get a payphone. You got a quarter? You got a quarter? You got 50 cents?
Also,
No?
we saw a
Fuck.
phone booth the other day. It was like
Flipped out, eh?
we were at the museum. Oh fuck! I haven't seen one of those in decades. They still work, people still use it. It was decrepit.
How
It was
much does
falling
it cost?
apart. I
How
didn't
much
even
does it
look.
cost? Is it still 50 cents?
To
Is it a
me,
quarter?
it was just a big useless object on the corner of the
Absolutely.
street.
That's exactly what it
Nobody's
is.
ever gonna use it. They don't know their
Ever.
number to call.
That's the thing, right? Because of these smartphones, no one really remembers numbers anymore.
Imagine
I
you gotta
remember
look up in the phone book how to call your own house.
facts. I used to remember every single one of my friends' numbers, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, Jay, let me call Jay. Let me call W. Let me call D. Let me call this. And I call
Hold
all
on.
my friends
Let
and
me
knew
call
their
my boy.
numbers. Facts. Facts.
Oh, I
Facts.
fucked up.
Now, barely remember anybody's number. It's crazy. But with that being said, guys, it's the 2 hour mark. We had a great show. I want to
For
bring up a little.
Jonesing. It's been 2 weeks I haven't been on here, man.
I know.
I'm
I
usually
want
the
to.
first flying off.
I want to end it off with this. So I've played like 2 of her songs before. I think this shit is fire. Let me
So
bring
what
this
happened
up.
this week? No jokes, yo. What happened? I missed a
Nah,
week and you
nah,
fucking change up on me.
nah, not this week. I couldn't really find anything
See that
good,
shit,
and
JG?
Hey, that's all right, man.
hey,
I held it down when you were gone, bro. I held it
I
down.
stop
hear you.
missing fucking
Respect.
episodes. Stop missing episodes, and you don't have to fucking worry about
Oh,
that, bro.
that's not the text I got, huh? I was showing up on the fucking net now, huh? On my text. Yo, bro, you have a life, man. Don't worry. We didn't put we're running this show without you, son. We don't need your ass tonight. I
don't
didn't get
don't
that in
don't
the text.
don't listen to him, guys. I wasn't like that. I told him, I'm like, listen, you do what you got to do, but you can't be missing the fucking show every goddamn week. You
You
understand?
guys
You got
believe that?
you got a job to do, so you
Good
come
luck.
in here and you do your job. You
You
got
guys
it?
believe
I'm
that?
gonna let it slide this week.
Good luck.
but next
Good luck.
week, but next week, don't fuck around, nigga.
Watch next
I'm
week,
from
I ain't
outer
here.
space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away. I'm
I like her already.
illuminated now, make a move, start waves. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a cosign. Yeah, artificially intelligent way. I'm your future, past and present, I'm a fine line. Yeah, I'm the missing link of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't swim or sink, I just float. I don't need gravity, I just need growth. Oh, when I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
That was fire.
Yeah,
I love
that was
it,
best.
man. And I follow her on Instagram, and it seems like she did actually like that's a song that's on Spotify. I think it got 1 million plays already. So you're probably going to be hearing a lot more from this girl, man. I think her name is Inako. I think that's what it said there, Inako, or something like that. So check it out, man, because I've been digging her flows, man. She kind of reminds me of like Sade type of thing, So
Mm-hmm.
guys, make sure to check that out. And one more, I think I have. Was it a DJ one that I wanted Roberto to hear? Let me see. Okay, yeah, this is it. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it too much, but let me know what you think about it. That part was bad.
The fact that he's doing that on the box live,
And the other guy's doing
that's
that on the
fucking
box.
dope. He didn't miss a beat yet, huh?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty tight now that you're thinking it.
What? If for me, if it gives me goosebumps, it's original, yo. That's the way I roll.
Yeah,
To
it was
see him
tight.
doing that on the fucking beatbox,
Mm-hmm.
damn.
Yeah,
I
you're
never
right
seen that
because
before.
when I first watched it, I was like, I didn't realize, he's doing the beat and he's keeping on pace with the scratching. So yeah, that's kind of tight.
If I heard it and not seen it, I'd be like,
Yeah,
like
facts.
you,
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
some fucking 80s breakdance scratching and
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
But to
Because
see
you would
him
think
doing that
yeah,
and changing it
Mm-hmm.
up, and
yeah, yeah, it's
damn,
tight.
that was nice.
That's tight. Well, with that being said, Roberto, tell them where they can find you, sir.
Right here, yo.
JG.
Right here, the O.O.C with the great Onzo and the great Roberto. Find me with Superwise and recently with Zell Nation. Shaolin_terrific Twitter. Hit me up.
Absolutely. Make sure to check out his channel or whatever stream he's on. Always a cool
Bigger
guy.
fool.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I gotta say
There we
this.
go.
Shout out to the Grizzly whooping LeBron's ass tonight. Appreciate it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, let's just hope that they can take him out the series. That's what I want. I want the Lakers gone from the series. Fuck that
Both,
team.
man. You and me both.
One-
Fucking tired of this shit with the Lakers. They're like starting to get like the Cowboys to me, man.
You know what I mean? Like every fucking day or every week, someone's talking about these stinking ass Lakers. I don't give a shit about them fucking Lakers anymore, except for maybe Danny, and that's one. That's one of the reasons why I want
Danny's
the
the
Lakers
fan of the
gone.
Lakers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and my kid too, and my kid too. But my kid, because it's LeBron, you know what I mean? He's bandwagon. He liked Cavaliers. Then he liked Miami. Now he likes the Lakers. So wherever LeBron goes, that's the team he likes. So fuck that bandwagon shit.
You see, that's what I told my daughter. She's jumping all over the league. I said, you see, that's what happened. You can't follow a player. There's no more players staying in a team for 10, 15 years. They're all over.
Right.
Don't buy a jersey because you're going to have to buy many jerseys. Find a team that you like and stick with that team.
Facts. 100%. I agree. Peace, love, and hair grease, guys. See you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.